Universe tour is really this concept idea I developed along with my friend Marty Friedman, and we thought about doing an exotic kind of G3 theme, but more of guitarists around the world, to show the cultural differences that this instrument, the guitar, has from different places in the world and styles. And I'm very happy and proud that this tour became a reality, and we're having lots of fun now in Europe with this edition of Guitar Universe 2012, and hopefully we'll do more editions of that in other places in the world. I think, you know, I didn't know Stefan before the tour, but Marty and me are friends for some time now, and I already played with him. I was a guest in his show, so, and he also plays, Marty plays in my album, in Melting Clouds, in my solo album. So for me and Marty to do something together, it was natural, so to tour together. We added him by recommendation, and he really turns out to be a great guitar player for sure, and also a cool guy, so we are very happy to have him on this tour with us for sure. In the first show we don't do that before, because we need the first 2-3 shows to be sure everything is working well in terms of logistics and drum tech, guitar tech. But we are doing that from now on every night, so we leave some space for some jams, and I'm collaborating on Marty's show. There is a song that Marty plays in the album, can play in the show, and well, we will, in many of the shows we will leave place for jam, especially when there are bigger stages in the clubs that have long stage, so we'll do this jamming, yeah. I don't think, unfortunately, because Underworld, Camden, as much as I love this place, really, and it's not my first time here, but the stage is quite small, so it's hard to have, you know, like 7 musicians on this stage at one time. So, but definitely we'll try to do that as much as possible. I think from what I saw up so far from Stefan, we didn't see together too much, but I saw that he's a very technical player, and Marty for me is a very natural, like, you know, has a lot of vibrato and feel to his playing, and at the same time also a good technique. I was always a guy that fell more for, you know, everything has to do with combining good technique in the right place, like with a lot of feel and emotion. I try to bring myself into the music, into the guitar, my energies, and less the speed, but I can play fast if I want, but normally I don't want to. But yeah, I'm learning from everyone here on this tour, you know, I feel very lucky to be, you know, with such great players and musicians, and also my band musicians, I learn all the time. My bass player and my other guitarist and drummer, which are actually also the band for Marty Friedman. He uses my band on this tour, so yeah, we're doing really lots of fun and learning from each other. We have plans about it. It's something that will take some time, I think, but I do plan to do something like this way or the other. It's true that I've been with PRS since 2005, and they've been really good with me, and, you know, anything I needed. I think a signature model takes a bit more time for them, because they have many great artists and guitar players that really don't have yet anything close to a signature. But I've also developed my own instruments on the way. For example, the buzukitara. I don't know if you got a chance to see, but I invented a guitar with 2 necks that I call buzukitara. On top it's a traditional acoustic bouzouki, Greek Balkan instrument, and on the bottom it's a full-blown electric guitar made from black limba woods, etc., with very good bare knuckle pickups, which are actually UK made. Really full-blown electric, solid body, and these two souls, these two different instruments live in one body, and it's really an embodiment of my musical journey, that East meets West in the same instrument. And I'm planning, I have a lot in the pipeline with pedal makers, you know, guitar effects, stuff like that, of signatures that are coming hopefully next year in 2013. I've been endorsing officially, you know, some of the best brands in the industry, PRS and Angle and Elixir Strings and all kinds of pedal effects companies, Electro Harmonics and etc. But for doing like a signature guitar, I really look for something special that will be expressing myself. And that's something that I find hard also with PRS. That's why it takes time, because I don't want them to give me another SE model and just to choose my pickups and say, okay, this is Yossi Sassi signature PRS SE. Because my playing style is not only the fingers and my soul, it has to do a lot with the Oriental and Middle Eastern flavors. So I'm looking for something special, like maybe trying to embody some quarter tones effect into it, doing the frets a bit different, or trying to incorporate some fretted and fretless in the same body. I'm trying to see if it can be done to create such, like, you know, for example, like an oud guitar, you know, like, which is like an Egyptian instrument, quite Arabic style. So that's why the signature thing really takes time, because we need to see how it's been done. Because the ideas I have in my head are not traditional for guitar companies that build today. Well, I didn't bring the Ravish with me to this tour because I try to keep my gear really basic and simple. You know, just guitar, amp, maximum maybe a delay or reverb coming from front of house. But yeah, I did use the Ravish, which is a pedal that I really love from Electro Harmonics. I use it for some recordings I did in my musical productions for artists such as Michael Cobrin and etc. And also I'm using pedals now from Greenhouse Effects. And Greenhouse Effects, actually, I love their pedals because they're analog, they're simple, they're straightforward, really not a lot of knobs, they're just really good. So I use their chorus and I use their delay that has a touch of fuzz into it in the repeats, which is really cool. And that's the direction I think I'm aiming for in my pedals going forward, also in my signature series. I've been playing professional guitar for around 25 years now, at least 22, with touring and shows, etc. And I'm an analog guy. I grew up in an acoustic world. Also, all the music I compose, both for Orphan Land and for my solo career, and for other musicians that I produce as a musical producer, I always compose on acoustic, classic instruments, bouzouki, saz, oud, chumbush, all kinds of Egyptian, Turkish, Greek guitars that are traditional and acoustic in their nature. So I really connect to the analog devices more in a way. I love the way that the digital world allows me to do more with my creation. So I do all my pre-production at work with a Cubase digital sequencer, etc. So it gives me a lot of opportunities, but I can tell you that I'm less a fan of the digitized sound, you know. So every opportunity I'll have to use like an analog true bypass thing, I'd probably prefer that. And it depends, of course, on the actual pedal or voice, the instrument itself.